All right, so we're recording. Hi, everybody. This is Carissa with Helmar Live. Yeah, I tried to do myself up for you guys today and everything, and then you couldn't hear me. No baby bump. But yeah, I did my hair and everything. Didn't you see that, guys? And then my camera wasn't working. Like, I had it all nice and straight for you guys. Anyway, such is the life of Ustream. But this is the important part. We're going to be making some chalkboard cards, and I was actually looking for the other chalkboard cards that I had made as like a sample. Not that we're going to do the exact same thing, and I couldn't find them. I mean, my desk is like super neat. I don't know why. No, I'm just kidding. My desk is not super neat at all, so that is why. And I just found them underneath a whole stack. So these are a couple samples of chalkboard style art cards that I'm going to be making. And they're really fun. This actually got something on it. I think my son tried to rip one of these. Yeah. See, he got a hold of this one and ripped it. So, but they're really easy to make, and I'll hold it up closer to kind of see. There. And this one we did by embossing with white embossing powder. And then this is just regular white ink. And hold on. We're having, sorry, that was my husband. He wanted me to try the phone. We're having like problems with our phone line, and so he was trying to fix it, but it didn't. Yell out to him real quick that it still doesn't work. Bummer, because I have to work tonight and I need the phone line in order to work. So anyway. Is this breaking? See, I haven't made my I'm broadcasting sign yet, so I still get interrupted. But anyway, sorry about that. Powder puff chalking. Grace, you have like you blew me away with your chalkboard art, because it was like actually chalkboard art. And this is kind of like faux chalkboard art where it's all stamps, you know, so I can't draw. I mean, I'm trying to sketch here and there and trying to like expand and grow, but I don't really like my writing. I don't really like anything like that, so I really loved your stuff that you made. And you have to, I think, to really make it pop, and that's the whole like idea behind it. So anyway, so this was another one that I made, and I used Versamark ink and then some embossing to make some of it pop. And so that's just what we're going to do today. And I used Pan Pastel, the whites, for most of like the chalkboard. So let me just kind of back up and explain what you'll need to do these kinds of cards. And like I said, yeah, it's again faux chalkboard art ink cards. So you're just kind of mimicking the idea using the tools that you have on hand. So one thing that you're going to want, I love that book stamp. It's Unity. And I think it was one of their kit of the months. I can't remember which one. So you're going to need some black cardstock. And this is just some, I don't even know what brand it is. I got it at a garage sale. And it's kind of got some shimmer to it, which is, I like it. It's kind of cool. But anyway, that's the kind of black cardstock that I had on hand. And then what I do is just trim it down to my standard size cards that I make A2, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. That's the size card I always pretty much make because it's easy to find envelopes for. And then, you know, your card bases, which can be white or whatever color you want, since you're just going to be putting these on top after you decorate them. So the other things that you're going to need is some white chalk pastel kind of stuff. I'm using pan pastel, so I'm using the white pan pastel, which is titanium white, and I just found that that works really well. And so that's what I'm going to use tonight. Yeah, I like found one a long time ago and I have tons of it left over. And then to get the chalk on, I am using the soft knife end covers. And these just slip right on to the tool, and they work really well because you just kind of want to slowly swipe the white on to get that coverage. You're going to need some stamps, your favorite stamps, whatever. This is actually, I think this is the current March kit of the month from Unity. And they actually did a whole kit inspired by chalkboard art. So these stamps are really great. I haven't been able to play with them yet, so I'm really excited to get them out tonight and use them, because like this one looks like a really good one. It has that style. A lot of the sentiments have that style. This little border frame is really cute and fun. And then it has some other stamps in it that you could use, or you could use, you know, however you want, like this little owl. So I think I'm going to try to make at least 2 cards today. And I'm going to use this one and this one. And welcome, if we got any other viewers, welcome. So I'm just going to go ahead and pop these out, the ones that I think I want to use. Also, this kit also has some really cute, like, washi tape inspired which you totally use in this technique as well. And since this one says "you are my," go ahead and just use Sunshine, because I think that would be fun to pop with some color. And I think that'll be it for now. If we have time to do another one, I might look for another stamp, but for now that'll work. Yeah. That's true. Grace is like the queen of garage sales. I mean, who else picks up a coffin at a garage sale? Blows my mind. Okay, so some more supplies that you're going to need. Some Versamark or any other type of watermark stamp type pad. This is what I have. And also some white embossing powder, and I just have some of this white embossing powder by Zing American Crafts. And then what I like to do to get like the pops of color that you see on these cards, because you can just leave it white, that's totally fine, and add your accents with like bright light colored whites, or you can add pops of color, and you can use that with like any type of colored pencils. And you definitely want at least a white color pencil to kind of create your borders or anything like that. And then I actually am using Pit Pastels by Faber-Castell. They're like a pastel chalky pencil, and they worked really well. And then you'll just want to, you can seal it or you can leave it. I don't think I sealed these, and they're not really wiping off, as you can see. You can seal them or not. And also some white ink. So I think I covered everything. So you're going to want some stamps, some white chalk pastel, Versamark ink, white ink. This is just a Studio G. This is like from the dollar bin at the Michaels. White embossing powder, colored pencils, black cardstock. And I think that is it. Now, if you don't have like a Versamark or a Watermark pad or something like that, you can use, and I was playing around, you can use your glue. So you can use Helmar acid-free glue to create a resist. So you just want to create a resist on there. And I don't know if you can see it very well, but this is kind of just an idea. If you don't have anything else, you can certainly use your Helmar acid-free glue to create that resist. And what I did was I just let it dry and then wiped the chalk right over that. So kind of cool. And we'll go ahead and get started. So I'm going to move this. I don't need this whole thing. Yeah, I was just somebody mentioned it, Grace, in the team, and so I tried it out and it worked pretty well. So I was pretty impressed. Gotta look at your glues in all sorts of ways. So here is our first. I wish my camera zoomed, but it doesn't. That it would zoom, but it doesn't. And I just wanted to pop this frame out. Forgotten I wanted to grab that. So what you're looking for in your stamps, you can use any of your stamps. You don't need to use specific stamps that were created in, you know, this chalkboard style fonts and all of that. But what you want to look for is sentiment stamps are really good for this technique. Because a lot of the chalkboard style that I was seeing, like on Pinterest and stuff, is a lot of like word art, you know, word quotes and stuff like that. And so that works really well. Or if you want to do a picture, like an image, what's a good one is like the books that I had is just some simple line art. You probably don't want to do something super intricate. And then frames are always good. Some sort of flair, like around, you know, just like some accent style stamp. So that's the kind of thing that you're going to want to look for when you're kind of looking at your stamps and wondering what would work, what would be best for this style. I'm going to start with this one, and one that says "You are my," and then the inside actually blank. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just stamp this in Versamark and leave it like that. I won't emboss this part with the white embossing powder, but we will do that to show you like the different, because you kind of want to have like pops of different things, like a bright white, a lighter white. I'm going to stamp it. And there we go, so you can see it pretty well. And then what I'm going to do, I'm wondering if I'm doing this the right way, but we'll see. Because I was thinking I wanted to emboss the sunshine inside here, so I think what I'll do is swipe some of the chalkboard or the white chalk and just kind of lightly go across. And with the pan pastel, you'll see that it really picks up where the watermark, where that was. So where that impression was, it's kind of, I've done this with, you know, other types of working with pan pastel. It's really fun technique to your image come out like that. So there you go. And what is nice about wiping the chalk around is that's what gives you that kind of chalkboard-esque feeling, I guess, because, you know, chalkboards aren't super clean unless they've just been washed. So it's giving you that kind of like, it's been erased before and all of that. So it's giving you that texture. Drop that part, and then I was thinking I would stamp this sentiment in the middle and emboss that part. So it's this is my paper. Oh yes, my desk is a mess. Then I just want to see. It's, you know, it's not super centered like that stamp, because you've got like the edge, like a super big thick edge here. The S comes all the way to the edge here, but kind of down to the edge. So it's not gonna be perfect, but I don't really feel like getting my Stamp-A-Majig out to make it perfect. You totally could though. I'm just gonna eyeball it. Thanks, Anita. And so there we've got that. And now I'm just going to sprinkle my embossing powder on top of that. It did get some of the other stuff, which is kind of what I was worried about, but that's fine. I'm not super perfectionist, really. Ooh. And I could knock it off, I guess. Like if I didn't want it there, because you can see it, like I could just like wipe it away with a brush. I don't want it there. So let me go ahead and just do that. And there we go. Biggie. Could even do it on the bottom. I think I will, yeah, I think I'll do it. So just being super careful and knocking it off. Now we just have it on where I wanted it. So now I'm going to take my heat tool, and I already not putting anything underneath. Warped my little mat here, so I'm just going to stick that under there. And add the heat. I don't know about you guys. I don't know if you guys have one of these, but for me it seems like it takes a really long time. I don't know if it's me, probably. But for some reason, maybe I'm not doing it fast enough, or maybe my Versamark isn't juicy enough, but it just takes a while. That's okay. Or maybe I'm just impatient and it doesn't take a long time. My concept of time, it does seem like it takes a long time. Anyway. Alright, so there we go. I was wondering that, Grace, if it was the tool. If I got like a dud. I probably did. Anyway, so there we go. So now you can see already, so we do have some contrast. Try that, Anita. Yeah, maybe it just takes a while to heat up, and I don't use it often enough. So there we've got some contrast in our print. And I was actually thinking of framing it, even though it's not super totally centered. I think I will go ahead and frame it, because it will be cute that way. And I think for the frame, what I'll do is I'll just ink it up in some white ink. So we're gonna see a whole lot of different like variations of the white from just the embossing, and that bright white, and then just the Versamark with the pan pastel rubbed over it. And then this is going to give us just another variation of white around our sentiment. So I'm just going to not going to be super centered. That's I didn't know that, Cheryl. I'll have to maybe give them a call, but I don't do videos too often, but I guess I do. I am using, I love these blocks by Unity, because, and I don't even, like, you can slide in some of their like wood stamps, but I just use them for all of my cling stamps. Yep, it's the Unity ones, and I like that it has this little grip on the side. It's kind of like concave, so I can really like grip onto it. And I have them in all of the sizes. I really like them. I started with one. I won this one, which is like super dirty, so you can see how much I love it. I use it all the time, and I loved it so much that I just saved up my pennies and finally got the whole set. Love them. So now we have some more variation with the white ink. The white chalk ink. So cute. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some pencils, and I am going to color I have 2 oranges. And so I thought I would just kind of accent the rays coming around with these. But all I'm doing is just kind of doodling in right around the edges of the image. So it's not where, you know, you don't have any abilities to draw. You don't need them. Because I'll tell you what, I was really intimidated when I started seeing this art, like these cards, and I was like, oh my gosh, those people are so good. They're, you know, they've created this like awesome piece of art on their cards, and I was just like so amazed. And then I realized, I was like, wait a minute, they're using stamps. And so then I was like, I've got to try that. And so I'm just adding some orange now to give some variation. I like it when I don't have to be, you know, all about, it's just about using what you have to create what you want. And so that just popped it out a little bit more. I don't know if you can see. Yep, those are Faber-Castell. Thank you. And I think a lot of, you don't really think about adding the color to it, but there's colored chalk, and we can make it fun. And so I think I'll just add some, I'm gonna add some maybe pink to the hearts around. I'm just gonna color in the hearts. And of course, if you are, you can add as much doodling as you want to give it your own particular flair and style. So you could definitely do, there's so much you could do. And I'm just gonna go ahead and fill in this ribbon where I see. And it's really as simple as that. You can also embellish just like you would a normal card that you're making with ribbon or, you know, any type of embellishments that you want. But whenever I'm done, I really just like the way it looks that way. I want to fill in the U. I'll just keep with the variation. So I'll just keep it like that. And then we'll go ahead and move on. So it's, oh yeah, we'll move on to the next one. These cards just come together so fast. there we go. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, it does. And like I said, you can seal it if you want, or I found that it really doesn't wipe off that much, but you definitely could. And all you have to do if you're done embellishing it, like I said, you could add whatever you want to it. I'm just going to use some Helmar Premium Craft Glue and attach it to my card base. And then this is ready to go. You could also, like, my cardstock was, like I showed you, it was just like a square. So I couldn't do a whole, I couldn't cut out like a base out of that. But if you have, you know, full-size black cardstock, you could definitely just use that and not have to worry about attaching anything to any. Yeah, super cute. Kind of hard in the video to see, but it looks really cute. Alright, so now we're going to take my next piece, and this is our next stamp. Just do the same thing again. Oh. I'm going to do it with the Versamark again and the Pan Pastel chalk. I'm going to try to center that. Well, maybe not too much. Yeah, I haven't mentioned that, Cheryl. But I guess we could give a little sneak peek about the crystal coat coming soon from Helmar. And I absolutely love the workable fixative because you can use it on your art journaling in layers. And then we also have like a sealer crystal coat that I actually used the sealer on this project. And I used the matte sealer when I was all done. And this has all kinds of mediums on it. And it's, you know, nothing's wiping off. And it didn't alter the color or anything like that. So, thank you, Katie. So I love it. I've been hoarding it because it's been a while. I really like this stamp. This one's cool. So we're just going to do the same thing. I think I'm going to start like from the middle and go out. I just love how it really pops off the page when you rub that. I mean, I don't do a whole lot with, I haven't played with the Pan Pastels so much yet. I've only really done this technique where I add the stamp and Versamark and then kind of rub over it. other cards that weren't chalkboard style. Rub it more if you want to just kind of rub that in a little bit better to soften the edges. You could do that with your fingers. I really love how it just really pops that. Oh, so just like press it on? I haven't tried that. That again. And so this one, always so hard to decide. I really like teal. I think I'll just go around with the teal. I just really like outlining it somewhat in the colored pencils. Give it a bit more. Yeah, I love this stamp too. It's the first time stamping it and it's so cute. And this card you could send out to anybody. Really like how adding that colored pencil around the edge really gives it something. Here. That. I also like red with the teal. Add anything to it. I don't know. But one thing that you can do with like the colored pencil, you could take a ruler and outline it, or if you don't need to be perfect like me, you can just take your pencil and kind of give yourself a border like that. Go a couple times around. And so that just gives you a little bit more added interest to your card. And is about it. So I could add anything. Like I just got this washi tape, which is so cute, and I like to use it so bad, but I don't know if it'll. But you could totally add like some washi tape, like this tape, of, you know, if you want, or ribbon or twine or anything like that. And like if I was going to add staples or something, I would add that now. And then again, I would just glue it onto my base. And I always use Palmar Premium Craft Glue when I'm gluing anything paper to paper. So like when I'm gluing liner paper or anything like that to my base card, I will use that. It doesn't warp, it doesn't, do anything. It just provides like the perfect. There we go. So there's the second one. No washi tape. Well, it's probably a good thing, Grace, because once you get into it, you really, I can't stop. Like, you should see. Like, when I took this washi tape down, and these 3 fell down with it. So that just gives you an idea of how much is up there. Those are the 2 cards. Does anybody have any questions or anything on what I showed you today? Exactly. I should share. I've been tucking it in here and there on packages that I send out because and I have so much, it's bad. So I'm trying to purge with this whole nesting. I'm trying to get better, and I've got a whole stack of boxes and supplies that I just want to get rid of. So that's one of my projects ongoing. Thanks, Cheryl. I wish that I had a zoom on my camera. I know I said that already. Brooks coffee pod, huh? I don't even know what that is. But I see like We Are Memories and all that have like hot washi holder things now. So oh, that'll be nice, Grace. I'm trying to reorganize this house for the baby. There's a lot going on, and I need to pare back. So that's what I'm trying to do. Trying to pare back. You know what? I think that's true, Grace. Like, I feel like I'll use more, and I feel overwhelmed by the amount of product that I have that I don't even know what to do anymore. Like, I don't know. It seems more choices is harder for me. I'd rather just keep like my favorite products and be able to create more than have all sorts of products and not know what to do. But anyway, so that is it. Cheryl, yeah, exactly. Well, I would love to switch cameras and like chat face to face with you guys. This is kind of weird, like the talking hands. I can't. Did you bring like a little trailer with you, Cheryl? Because I would think you'd have to have a little trailer behind your car to bring all of your stuff. I want to see it, Katie. Oh my goodness. But I guess that makes sense. You've got plenty of room to just stick it all. Yeah, definitely do that, Katie, because I want to see. You having fun, Cheryl? Are. I love seeing all your pictures on Facebook. No, I don't think so. I doubt that, Katie. I've hung out with you. There's nothing boring about you at all. Oh my gosh. Grace, am I going to be able to see you when you're here? Where in Colorado are you going to be? You're more up in the mountains though, right? Like your family and everything, I think. I thought so. Yeah, your decorations are going to be awesome. I think we're going to get, I hope you'll blog about it. If I lived closer to you, I could be in big trouble because I would be commissioning you to make all kinds of stuff. Oh, Estes Park is gorgeous. And if you're in Denver, you have to, at least let me have coffee with you. I have to be work in an hour, and I have to cook dinner. So I have to run and cook dinner. I work at 7 Mountain Time, almost every day. And a baby? What are you talking about? I thought Grace was saying she had to create a baby. Yeah, I'm already creating a baby. I just have to birth that baby. Well, you said create a baby. You had to go to Colorado Springs and create a baby. Oh, that's too funny. I know, right? You better be careful on this trip now, Grace. All right. Thanks. I can't wait to see what I do either, Cheryl. I'll have to try and think of something. All right, girls. It was so fun to chat with you guys. I miss you guys, and I know it's hard, but have fun. And I'll see you next week. Bye.